Hello friends, and welcome back to Aaron's Anxiety. I am your host, Aaron, your personal guide through anxiety. Today, I want to talk about memory loss with Lexapro and other SSRIs, not just Lexapro. I've mentioned this a couple times on my channel, and I actually made a video and only a few people actually saw it, but when I reviewed the video, because most of the time I don't review these videos, I will watch them occasionally when I get some time, just to make sure everything's coherent and it's coming across well. Well, this morning I made this exact video, and here at work, I'm at work right now, it just seemed a little up and down. Like, there was a lot of things that I wanted to say, but it's a very convoluted subject, and of course I was driving, as I am most of the time when I'm talking to you guys, hands-free always. So now that I'm sitting down and I have a chance to clarify things a little bit better, I deleted that other video just because this one's gonna be a little bit more clear and decisive, and I won't have to focus on the construction zones and stuff on the road. So, does Lexapro cause memory problems, short-term memory problems specifically, when taking it for an extended period of time? The best way to start out saying this is that there's a lot of bad news travels fast. Okay, that's the best way to put it. So there are people that are gonna make videos, articles, blogs, vlogs, all that stuff about bad things and things that, even if it's not true, even they're just gonna post stuff. So like, okay, good example. I have a big beard. Every time I'm out and about, if I get people talking about my beard in a group, somebody will inevitably say, "Oh, you have poop particles in your beard." Okay. And the reason that they say that is because in Albuquerque, New Mexico, there was a news station there, and some whatever Joe Blow news station, and they needed a story. And so what they did is they swabbed guys' beards, and then they said, "Oh, you have poop particles in your beards," once they sent it back and came back. What they didn't say is that there are poop particles literally everywhere. And I would always tell people, if you think that poop particles are gonna be on my beard and not go the half a foot to my hair, which everybody has, you're an idiot. That makes no sense at all. Come to find out, if you actually research this stuff, beards are actually better for your skin, for bacteria, for all kinds of different things. That's why we have them. Ooh, exciting. Okay, enough about beards. But that just goes to show like how people's thought processes work. And if they hear one trigger thing, they're gonna roll with it. And this seems to be the exact same thing that's happening. There are a couple videos that I've seen where people have touched bases on one of these SSRIs or another, and how it relates to them having short-term memory loss. And I'm here to tell you, as a person who's been taking this stuff for 9-10 months, nope, it's not a thing. If you were to get onto Google and type in any SSRI and memory loss, you're gonna find something. But that doesn't mean it's valid, and that doesn't mean that it's true. Okay, so you're also gonna get on Google and find all the reasons why you shouldn't vaccinate your children. That's an idiotic thing to do as well. You're gonna find things about how the earth really is flat, and how Donald Trump is a lizard man who comes from the other side of the moon. There is facts and stories to back up everything. But here's the thing. Usually the people that are writing these stories or making these video blogs, one, are just looking to get views, or two, they are worried about something that is not really happening and conveying it to the world through their experience or their perceived experience. So there's two things that happen. One is what really happens, and two is how you perceive the thing that really happened. Those are two very different things a lot of times. Sometimes you can link them up and go, oh, well, I was by those little sick kids and 2 days later I got a cold. Makes sense. But some things are a lot deeper. Now, we know more about space than we do our own ocean, and we can only see 10% of space at any one time. And that being said, we know more about the ocean than we do our own brain. Try to wrap your head around that for just a second. There are so many things going on inside of here. It is insane. And so we are trying, and we're getting it. We're mapping everything out. I shouldn't say we, because I'm not doing a darn thing for it. Scientists, doctors, and those people, chemists, we're figuring out how this stuff works and why it works. So, what does that mean for you? Let's take a breath. This stuff does not affect your short-term memory. And how I know that is because I thought at one point it was affecting my short-term memory, because I was doing probably the same thing you guys are doing. I was getting online, symptom checking, trying to find who's got my symptom and what's going on, and is this going to be okay? Is this forever? Blah, 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 blah. And of course, I ran across, you go looking for something, you're going to find it. You know what I mean? And so I found some crackpot lady that was in a car in a parking lot somewhere who has no medical degree and doesn't even look like she has a medical degree, talking about all these bad effects. And even in the video, she says, well, when I typed in Lexapro and short-term memory, I found all kinds of stuff. I bet you did. You specifically said, hey, give me bad information. They went, oh, there you go. There's bad information. So, you're fine. Here's what's really going on in your brain. What's really going on in your brain is these drugs are, there's several things that these drugs are prescribed for. And one of the most common is anxiety. You, me, us, we. So you can have things like, depersonalization, derealization. You can have other weird things, conditions that are labeled. However, they all come back to the same thing. They all come back in their branches of anxiety. So, though, you're telling your doctor, or he says, hey, you have these things, we're not treating necessarily these things. We're treating the anxiety is where it's stemming. So let's treat this anxiety, and then we don't worry about those things anymore. That's what's happening. So, in your brain, if you're thinking that you're having short-term memory problems, there's one of two things happening. Well, one of three. One, you are having short-term memory, and you're the first case ever, and you should be worried because you're the first case ever. Second, which is not. Sorry, threw a blank in my head. Second is you are full of anxiety and you're having a lot of problems, and you're so busy trying to focus on every little thing that's out here because you think you're forgetting things. You can't focus on every single little thing. You're not supposed to remember every part of your day. You're not supposed to remember what happened 3 or 4 days ago. You're just not. You can remember the big things, but small little things like what you ate or how you felt all fade off into the distance. And then the second real thing is that you could be on the other side where you feel safe and happy, and you're now in a good place with anxiety, and you're probably not feeling that just because you're safe. So now you know that this isn't a problem. You see what I'm saying? So, well, you know it's not a problem in the wake that you just don't care to remember this stuff because you're going back to how you were before you had high amounts of anxiety. So, that being said, we're going to finish this video up. If you have any questions about this, of course, I'll be happy to answer them. don't look too far into it. Stay off the internet. It's not good for you. It's not good for your brain. Stay off of the pages on Facebook and all those other horrible places that are just going to ramp you up. And try to surround yourself with positive information, and don't go hunting out negative information, because you're certainly going to find it, because there's plenty of it. So, until next time, friends, please subscribe, like, comment, all that other fun stuff. And I'm Aaron. You're awesome. See you in the next video.